Hello, scholars, and welcome to week one of POL452 Organizational Theory and Design. This is your week one video. Get used to getting videos similar to this each week. My intent in this course is to release a video every Sunday that will outline the previous or the next week to come. What will be a part of these videos? The content will include a recap of the previous week. We'll address any issues that we might have had in the previous week. We'll outline the topics of the given week, and we'll talk about the deliverables, especially the deliverables for that week, what your assignments are, what the expectations of the assignments will be, the deadlines, and what I'm looking for as your instructor. So let's break down week one. So in week one, we'll start with our module objectives. So at the conclusion of week one, we're expecting that the students will be able to analyze case studies, that the students will examine and discuss the dynamics of public sector organizational structures. Students will introduce themselves and share information on the structure of their current organization, and students will analyze organizations and make recommendations for increased effectiveness and efficiency. As public administration majors, we should realize the concepts of the pillars of public administration and understand that the concepts of effectiveness and efficiency. And we're really going to tackle those in this course. How we can make more effective and more efficient agencies or organizations. And then as you look here, we are going to talk about our current organization. Much of this class is going to revolve around you utilizing the current organization or an organization that you've been in and to relay the information that we are presented in this course to your organization and bridge it and kind of utilize it as a case study for the way that your organization is running good or as in the opposite maybe has some pitfalls. So that is so one of the concepts of this week is to share a little bit about yourself and the organization you work in, since that is going to be much of this course that we move forward with. The next is I've added a syllabus video. The syllabus video, if you haven't already viewed it, take time to view this. It goes into detail our syllabus, especially items like our contact policy, the grading policy, the work week, late work policy, the grade distribution. So take time. It just goes, if you haven't already viewed the video or the syllabus, it just goes into more detail. For the reading this week, we're going to dive into our Jones text, the Organizational Theory, Design, and Change, the 7th edition. We're going to be in chapter 1, and I've also added a supplemental reading assignment there, Effective Organizational Rules. So I think you'll enjoy that. With the reading, I've also included the editor's PowerPoint for chapter 1. This the beauty of this PowerPoint, and what I recommend to all my students, is to view the PowerPoint, then do your reading, and then look at your PowerPoint again. The PowerPoint dissects the entire chapter into the critical elements, the bold points of the chapter. So if I view that and then I view my reading and I'm starting to see things in duplicate, hopefully that is triggering your mind to remember that and retain that. So I always recommend view the lecture, PowerPoint, do the reading, view it again, and hopefully that information that we see those multiple times we'll be able to retain. I've added 2 videos also this week. We have a video on organizational design, just reiterating some of the concepts and in this visual form that you can view and listen to, especially on organizational design. And then there's a second video here, and this is about our thesis statement. And this, what it is just, it's helping us develop our writing skills. This course is going to be dependent upon you transferring the concepts of your mind onto paper, maybe not necessarily paper, but onto a computer in written format and sending it to me. And if we don't understand or if we haven't honed our skills on writing, then we can never get that idea in your head to your professor. So this is just a quick video on how we can enhance our writing skills. So now we have 4 deliverables this week, and the first deliverable is the fun deliverable. They're all fun, but this is our introduction, and we're going to use a multimedia format to introduce ourselves. The common complaint in any online class is that the lack of personality, the lack of connection with your fellow classmates and colleagues. So this is one way that we can get to know one another at a more personal level, is for us to actually introduce ourselves, and we're going to use a multimedia format. So what I want you, or what I'm asking you to do, is here in step one, I want you to develop a PowerPoint presentation. It's going to be a self-introduction. You're going to talk about yourself, about the organization you work in, any personal, like your family, your marital status, where you're at CBU, how long you've been here, what grade level you're at the university, what may be your aspirations for taking this course, and your degree path. It's short, 2 to 3 minutes only, and I think we can get this accomplished with a minimum of 3 slides. One introducing yourself or a title, one with content, and one with a closing. Now, what I'm asking you is to narrate this. So you're going to create a PowerPoint, and then you're going to follow it up with narrating each one of the slides. I don't necessarily need a lot of text. What I'm hoping for is a lot of graphics, graphic heavy with little or no text. And I want you to be natural in this. You don't need a script. You're going to be talking about yourselves. You're an expert at this. You don't need to write a script to talk about yourself and where you work and how long you've been in school. Make it natural, as if we were just having an introduction conversation in the classroom. And then we need to get good at utilizing this technology, because obviously as we move forward in the university, we are going to need to understand how to narrate a PowerPoint and then how to publish it. And that's where we get into step 3. I want you to embed your presentation. So use something like YouTube or Vimeo. I want you to publish your video to a YouTube or Vimeo account, and then you're going to take that link to that site, and then that's what you're going to share with us. Um, and you're going to publish that in the discussion board forum. So each one of us, all we have to do is click on that link, which will take us to your video, and then we could view it and learn a little bit more about you. What I don't want to see is you to publish your narrated PowerPoint. That gives us a lot of issues, especially with the size of files, the limitations with Blackboard, uh, where I can view it, on what device, do I need to be logged in or not. The beauty if you would just embed it and then put the link is everybody can view it, everybody can watch it, and you're going to find that that's how I publish all my videos. Every video that I will give you will be on YouTube, and I will just embed it and give you the link. So that is going to be our week 1 introduction assignment. Our next assignment is going to be a case study out of our book. This is going to be our first formal written assignment. All written assignments in this course are going to need to be structured in APA formatting. APA formatting, if you haven't realized, is how we write at the academic level, and that's the expectation. You're a college level student and you need to write at a college level. So everything we write is in APA format. Anything that we reference, anything that we cite, needs to have a reference along with it. Remember, if it's not an original thought by you, you need to reference it and just cite that source and put a reference behind it. So ensure that you have that. So where this comes is there's a case study on the success of Trader Joe's. You're going to find that on page 26 of your Jones text. And at the conclusion of that, there are 3 discussion questions that I want you to answer. So read the study and then answer those 3 questions. This assignment needs to be a 2-page essay, and it's graded based upon 70% of it will be on your writing style and completeness of the answer, and then 30% will be on formatting, spelling, and grammar. 40 points available, and remember, as with all of our assignments, this is due by Sunday night at 11:59. Week 1 ends Sunday night, 11:59, 40 points. Our second deliverable this week, or I guess our third, intro, written assignment, and now our third is going to be our discussion board. And our discussion board, remember the concept of a discussion board is this takes the place of our dialogue that we would have in the class. So on online and professional studies, our dialogue is in the form of a discussion board. So our discussion board, what we're going to ask you to do is answer the following questions. What is organizational effectiveness? Identify 3 approaches to evaluating effectiveness, and which do you believe is the best approach and why? Now, your first post, 250 words. Then you need to comment on 2 of your classmates' posts with at least 100 words. And what I want you to add to the academic conversation. I don't want any of your replies being good job, I agree, well put. I want you to add to that conversation. And the scoring is broke down that your original essay is worth 15 and the follow-ups are worth 5. Remember, these are time sensitive. They need to be in by Sunday at 11:59, and there is no late work accepted for any of our discussion boards. So I want good content. Uh, this concept of organizational effectiveness, how do we objectify that? How do we quantify that? How can we say that your organization is doing well? In the public sector, it's very easy. It's that if your business makes money. How much revenue your business produces is oftentimes the determining factor if you're effective. In our public organizations, where we don't make a profit, how are we going to measure effectiveness? So, with your organization, how do you measure effectiveness? I work for the fire department. That's my primary job. How would we determine, or how does one determine if a fire department is doing well or not? So, those are the questions that I'm asking you. With an organization, maybe your organization, how would we identify if we are being effective? And is there a one best approach and why? And then finally, our fourth deliverable this week is our journal. As we begin this course in organizational theory and design, think about an organization you've been a part of that you feel was well designed. What did you like about it and why did it work? This journal entry should be at least 400 words. Journal entries are a little bit different than a written assignment. A journal entry is as if you were talking directly to me as your professor, a one-on-one conversation. Discussion boards within the entire class, this would be as if you were talking to me one-on-one. It's slightly less, it's an informal conversation. So I want to hear about maybe the specific details that you would talk about as if we were talking one-on-one. So tell me about an organization that you have been a part of that you feel was well designed, and why did you like it, and why do you think it was well designed? Was it well designed by chance, by time, through attrition? Tell me about that. So that's our final deliverable. Once again, Sunday, 11:59. So we have the four deliverables this week. I'm looking forward to our introduction, reading about your case study, reading and your dialogue with your discussion boards and your journal. So I'm excited to have you. I'm excited for our next 8 weeks together. I'm excited about this concept of organizational theory. Almost all of us working in an organization, we strive to make where we work better, and having an understanding of the concepts and the theories of what make organizations work is going to be the foundation for us to make that occur. So I look forward to our time together. I'll keep you in my thoughts and prayers this week. And as I close with every one of these, if you have any concerns, comments, questions, email me. I don't believe that there's anything we can't deal with, but what we can never deal with a question that isn't asked or a problem that isn't addressed. So communication is key. If you have any issues, email me. And just in closing, I look forward to talking to you, to our journey together. And if you have anything, get a hold of me. Bye for now, and I'll look forward to talking to you more lately or soon.